Yeah, this one's called Dear Mr. Racist, so let's go. And I wasn't part of the show, I'm telling you for free. But let's go. Dear you, why do you always use our language for your slang? And why do you act like our women are only good for? And why are you always telling me to go back to my country? And everyone I know that's been murdered by a knife or a gun, G, you did it. So tell me why you don't love me. Yes, you. I've sat and watched you cuss my people, running with the evils while you told us we ain't equal. Maybe it's the hair or maybe it's the nose, but you always have a reason why we shouldn't call this home. Some girls wear weaves to protect their hair. Others do it because it's your tongue they fear. The shade of our skin makes you hate from within. Talking about my dark complexion like it ain't the same stage that we're in. Always call my people niggas. I heard your people were the biggest killers of mine. Just the other day I heard you killed about 3 black guys. I heard you were screaming like niggas with your trademark climbed white hoodie but with 3 stripes. And I know you'll kill me for the queen. To my old Black History Month poem, this be the sequel. P.S. The biggest problem is I'm talking to you, black people. If I throw my phone to someone, will someone take a picture or film it? No. Oh, thanks, man, because I came here by myself. Let's not do this.
We love you.
Was that you making that noise when I was about to start? Yeah, you look violent. Anyways, yeah, let's get to the second piece before I get kicked off stage. The second piece, cut long story short, I grew up in an area called Leighton, East London, and the part I grew up in was mostly known for crime. I got involved in a lot of things growing up, lost a few friends. Things happened, but I grew up, I went to university, I just graduated recently. Thanks. And when I was working in Canary Wharf, one thing I realised was there was always a big divide in understanding. And I wrote this poem for that. So we're going to start this off. First I'm going to say, when I say true, can everyone say true back? True. 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 Alright, this poem's called Starts Early. Let's go. I don't say true back when I'm doing the poem, by the way. That was just maybe to warm you up. Let's go. It doesn't start up on the road, it really starts up in the house. It didn't start up on postcode walls, it really started on the couch. The hood mindset starts early, whether your parents were or weren't around. And people assume postcode walls are about postcodes. I'll be honest, none of us are up for dying for a town. And if you only turned road when you started hanging around the road, then you're the definition of a modern day clone. Because everybody's who they are because they were molded in their home. That's not to blame the parents or lack of, but understand that without a correct understanding of love, most postcode walls are genuinely young people showing their understanding of love when it cracks off. Postcode walls are never actually about postcodes. It's always personal. More the terms fighting for your own. Let me paint a clearer picture. Show my borrower on the road. If you're brought up around people, they're always going to feel like family. No one started off by standing outside corner shops and bagging weed. It was park on the weekend, after school clubs and summer sports schemes. Friends turned to family before we knew we were classified as scum. Before we knew they called this the hood. Way before anyone got their hands on guns. We were having sleepovers and seeing who could do the most kick-ups in the park. Football on the pavement. Kick the ball on the wall and run past. We called each other's mum. And everybody's mother in the area called everyone son. So this is a family, right? But picture someone has a fight with one of your family, right? Or a fight breaks out and the boy you call your brother is getting punched in the face. Do you stand there and take it? Or does your mindset change? The understanding of loving another human is something everyone in my area accepts. But loving another human when that human is fighting with your friends, friendships were created, postcodes were given. We labelled each other family, and everyone looking from the outside labelled us based on where we're living. Taking the issues from the home into the playground. Hurt people identify with hurt people. The top guy isn't there because he's the hardest on the road. More times he hasn't experienced love, brother, this is all he really knows. The hood is like his home, so he always feels alone. Let's be honest, we knew he was bad breed from primary school days. This doesn't start with a gang in the state. It starts with underage strugglers that live in love, but don't understand that love goes hand in hand with grace. We search for success, but our definition's corrupt. We look to buy into the image of success, buying into a broken dream with every buck. Go broke, trying not to look broke. That's what happens when your mindset's broken. Friends dying in the night, so we living for the day. Sit down with the biggest gangster you know, I promise you he's got a dream. But at the same time, I promise you he don't believe. He see more growing up than an average kid. In 4 seconds, scrap the car, scrap the crib, scrap the bandana and everything you think, and understand that everything you don't see made him everything he is. True. Not gonna lie, I'm a uni graduate, innit, so I don't really have no night t-shirt. Straight Patrick, get me JJB, shout out the man in there. £3 for the t-shirt, shout out them man. You lot can style on me with a Gucci, I couldn't care less. I was that kid in secondary school that would rob your phone anyway, so it's cool. I'm joking. We're grown up now, graduated. Woo! But anyways, true! Alright, cool. The next poem we're going for is something called Sometimes. Who has been in a relationship before? And wait, before you answer that, I said before, not now. So if you're sitting next to your partner, don't make any noise, innit? So who has been in a relationship before? If you've been in a relationship, I want you to say sometimes. Sometimes. Okay, cool. Man, then don't cry when I do this poem. It's been months since we last spoke, even longer since I've seen you. I hear a couple of rumours from a couple of your people. I blank out everything now. Sometimes I question if I remember your face. All it takes is one thing for it to flood back, and I start reliving the best of our days. I call this poem Sometimes because, well, you get it by the end. Sometimes I'm sure I'm over you. I start telling my friends, like, bro, I don't think I could go through that again. I tell them that I want to see you happy and I'm alright with letting you go. But sometimes I go for a milestone and I think of every way of letting you know. So I start clicking on your Facebook even though you're never on it. Start asking myself why I don't just ring you. Sorry, I'm being honest. Sometimes I stare at your number telling myself not to call it. So I ring you all with hell just to listen to you talking. And here's me thinking I couldn't relate to Drake. That's a good lie. Kind of woman that I would try is happy with it. You get the picture. But that's sometimes. Because sometimes I'm talking to other girls seeing the potential in a new one. She's talking about our future, I'm listening thinking we should have broken up sooner. I'm sitting here like being single made sense now. But that's sometimes. Because there's always something that brings me back to how you made me feel. And sometimes I sit here blaming myself. How did I throw it all away? What do I need to change about myself? And sometimes I think, nah, she lost out on me. She was playing too many games. If anything, I start to feel free. Sometimes I feel sometimes I think what we have is special and I don't see how you or I can find another us again. Then I think about being replaced and think every relationship must be the same. Sometimes I think I overthink it too much. I never really speak out these days. I'm running out of people to trust. And sometimes I delete your number. I say that because I'll get all brave and delete it like, yeah, I did it. But I know your number off my heart, so it ends up back in my phone anyway. Sometimes I sit here thinking about you, and if you're thinking about me, then I think, nah, she's happy without me. Sometimes I feel to get up and go and get you, but it's not that easy. Sometimes I wonder if you want your hero back. Them hugs when you're scared, motivation when you're worried. Don't let me have time to myself, because that's when I think of you the most. Late at night when we should be on the phone, or morning feels weird because we haven't spoke. I'm starting to relate to songs that I used to think were just good musically. Seems like a lot of singers went through it. Guess it wasn't just you and me. Sometimes I've got these people telling me we got a happy ending. Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I've got these girls telling me to get over you, and all honesty, I know they're just trying to get a chance. Sometimes I was in the wrong, sometimes you were. But no matter how complicated things got, I'm living my life now. And I just pray you have a beautiful future. Now let me end this poem here before that last sentence becomes another sometimes. True. it.